What's good? It's your girl, Miss Aaliyah Renee, and we're here again with another episode. So, y'all, I got some really good news coming up this week, God's willing, and I cannot wait to share it with you on the next episode. So, I'm going to save it to the next episode. It is pertaining to hair. So, if you guys don't know, some of you do, I am a full-time stylist. So today I'm gonna be a little light with what I talk about. Most of the time I'm talking about what I don't like and these dudes and how everybody be acting up or how people are weird. So today I'm gonna do like a hair tip, a hair care tip 101. All right, so I am really big on healthy hair, and I've been noticing a lot of things lately. And so I just want to give you guys a little one-on-one, a little spill on some things to pay attention to, some things to notice, and some ways to fix those situations that you may see. So I deal with females, males, locks, extensions, natural styles, all you can think of, other than color perms and anything with chemicals and extreme weaves or like glue. I don't do those. So I have been doing hair for like 20 some years since high school. Never was something I wanted to do. I was like, no, my feet, my back, I'm not gonna be having my stuff hurt and my fingers being sore. So now my back, my all of it, I'm going through it, but it's all good because I do have a passion for what I do, and I feel like when you get in my chair, you're embracing my healing spirit, my energy, and it also is a way for me to be able to converse with others and still use my gift. Which y'all see, like I'm always big about talking about positivity, manifestations, your purpose. And I just feel like that still, with my talent of being able to do hair, aligns with my purpose of being able to speak to people, to hear people, and to always be able to provide advice when it's needed. Or when it's asked, I should say, because I ain't be giving it out and you don't want it. I ain't one of those people. But yeah, so what I've been noticing is a lot of people are just now taking the start of healthy hair. They may have been had healthy hair years ago, and then they slacked off. And for whatever reason, if you already decided to start that journey, that is great. It's 1,000,001 people that hasn't. So if you started, that's great. It's good. It's better now than later. So what makes hair healthy? And here's what my tips of making healthy hair. You first want to make sure you're shampooing your hair often. I heard people say they shampoo their hair like once a week. We are African Americans. We do not have to do once a week unless like you're swimming, and then that may be something different we'll talk about later maybe. But yeah, we can go about 2 to 4 weeks without shampooing our hair, depending on your style and what you're doing. Grease. I don't like grease. I feel like grease is way too heavy for your pores and your scalp, and it clogs it up because most of the grease that you guys use are not the light grease. There's a few of them that are really light that I do like, or I prefer if a client likes grease. But oils, and then you don't want to get the synthetic oils that are really thick. So making sure you moisturizing your scalp, making sure you're trimming your ends. You're not wearing styles in for a long time, like your braids, your extensions, and you're just overall like making sure you doing what you're supposed to do by your hair. That means eating the right things, your omega-3s, just in general drinking your water, exercising. And we don't understand that stress is really huge on your hair. So stress, number one, affects your whole body, but it really does something major to your hair. So making sure certain factors like internal and external factors are in place in this healthy hair journey. Another thing I've noticed that a lot of people have alopecia, and it's not your normal alopecia where it's like it's total or universal. It's just spots. So universal or total is basically, one of them is when you lose hair all over the body. The other is when you lose hair just on your head. So that means universal is everywhere, no eyebrows, none of that. But that's not the case. A lot of my clients I deal with, or a lot of people I've noticed, are having like, they start off as these little tiny spots. And that's why you have to pay attention to your scalp. So this is the intake I want you, because I have had clients who didn't really pay attention because I don't know, they just didn't pay attention. But the longer you prolong it and it continues, sometimes they go and more start off like this little small patch, and then they start growing, and then now you have another little patch and another little patch. And it is so hard to try to camouflage certain styles when you're losing hair. So my first thing is daily, especially women, pay attention to your hair that you're shedding. We naturally shed hair up to 50 or 100 to 150 hairs a day. That's normal. It may not be all every day, but it does happen. And especially if you're wearing protective styles for a long time, during that comb out process, you're gonna remove some dead hair. That's normal. I'm talking about when you are like brushing or combing your hair and it's like big clumps of hair coming out, that's an issue. And if you look up there, get a mirror. I don't know what you gotta do. Tell somebody to look in your scalp. Pay attention to those things. And a lot of my clients, they trip out because I notice the littlest things like moles, or, I pay attention because first off, this is my canvas. So if my canvas has any type of bumps, humps, lumps, it can kind of alter how I do my style on my parts and everything. So yeah, if your scalp has a little fat, extra fat, if it moves, I'm the person that's very, very aware of that. So I need you to be the same way about your scalp, because we both will be on the same page. And if you see something, especially if you don't even go to a stylist, you paying attention yourself is a huge step to stopping the prolonging of an actual condition that can have you potentially losing a lot of hair or even bald at some cases. And yeah, they do have, like, if you go see a dermatologist later, they have like cortisone shots. Well, I should say earlier in the situation of alopecia, they can reverse what the damage that's already done. Now, some of you guys wear your braids way too tight, or you wear them too long, and you end up getting traction alopecia. Like those ponytails, I hate ponytails. I hate them. Like, you guys may catch me like once every blue moon wearing these up in a ponytail, but a lot of times you'll just see me wearing them down because I want to protect my edges. My hair is very soft around the edges, so I know, and that's the things you have to pay attention for yourself. How soft is your hair around certain areas? Everybody's hair has normally two different grades of hair. In the middle, it may be a little coarser. Around the back area, you may find like some coarser hair, like Martin used to say, the kitchen with Pam. So pay attention to your hair. Moisturizing your scalp, making sure, like I said, using the oil, and you're stimulating it by massaging it, getting that blood flowing in is really good for healthy hair. Trimming your ends every season is what I say. 2 times a year is good, but the best results is normally 4 times a year: spring, summer, winter, and fall. But if you can get at least 2, that'll be great as well. At least you're getting some of those dead ends. A lot of people are so big and caught up on length, and they don't want to cut their ends. And sometimes by the time they decide to cut them, it ain't even a trim no more. It's a full cut. And it's like your stuff is way down here, but you got like, it's light and you can see through it. That's not cute, y'all. Just let it go so your hair can really grow. So when you know that your hair can grow that length, you trimming it, it will grow back. As long as you continue to do the good things that you were doing to get it to grow, that trimming is only going to help your hair. It's not going to stunt the growth. It's going to make it grow. The longer you prolong that, you're going to have these little dead ends and split ends just continue to rise up. And that's not a good look, y'all. It ain't. It's not a good look. Just let it go, sis. Let it go. Another thing is, and this is with guys, if you see, everybody gets dry scalp every once in a while. Everybody, especially during the cold months, your scalp may be a little bit dry. But if you notice that all the time you got this crust or this big scab on your head, you need to go see a dermatitis. That is a disease. That is definitely something you need to go see. It's actually called Sorberic dermatitis. And I've seen a lot of cases where it's almost thick like cornbread. And if you scrape it out. Sometimes you can pull the actual follicle from the hair, or you can also have like a scab that comes and it's like a moist looking pus. It is disgusting. So just go see a dermatologist. If your stuff is not that bad, you great. Because I've seen the worst of it. And I feel like people sit there and you continue when you know it's an issue. You have to take the precautions yourself. Because a lot of people don't deal with it. A lot of people just be like, nah, I can't even handle this. But again, like when it's really, really bad, it starts to spread around your hairline. Like you can see like either a lighter area in a lot of people's head. Sometimes it gets in their ears, like down here, the back of the nape of the neck. Y'all really have to be cautious about your hair. It's just paying attention to your body. The same way your ears should be clean, or you check if you don't have a booger in your nose, or even when you brush your teeth. It's the same with your hair. Keeping a hygiene with your hair is very important. So if you notice you just have a lot of buildup when you wear these braid styles, man, when you have locks or you wear braids as well, or even when you just have a low cut for the guys, pay attention to your scalp. If you see that big crusty stuff, and sometimes you have like these little patches of whatever, and then it oozes or it starts to bleed, or you get a scab in your head and it's more than like just a normal scab, you need to go see a dermatologist. Really, they're gonna give you shampoos, they're gonna get you right, and they may tell us, give you some stuff to send when you go see us, and that's fine. Sometimes we have stuff that can get it out, but you still need to take care of it, especially if you don't see a normal stylist. For the ladies that wear like the tight braids and the wigs and those styles that you see everybody wear now, if you are taking care of your hair, me, I'm totally like, nah, if it's for your birthday and that's once in the blue moon, you rocking it, that's cool. But to wear it daily is not good for your scalp. A lot of y'all. And you see it where it's like their edges are gone, or it's like really thin, it's light up here. No, yeah, everything is not meant to be for everybody. One thing with me, like even with certain protective styles, wearing them over a month is not good for everybody's hair. If your hair is already like struggling, I see some brittleness, or it's really, really dry, I'm not about to put no box braids in your hair. I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna need you to thug it out. Let's do some two-strand twists, and then maybe in 2 months, we can go with these box braids, or we can go with some butterfly locks or some soft locks. These are really great. These are really good, but I always tell people 2 months is your max. Like, and then in between that time, that 1 month for these, you're getting a refresher. You're coming in, getting your hair shampooed, and then I do a deep condition with it as well. And then we're rewrapping, but y'all gotta make sure you're taking care of your hair. If you looking for a stylist, make sure you look at their reviews and make sure they're healthy. You know, they speak of healthy hair. A lot of people only care about money or caring about how it looks good, not the overall health of your hair. Like putting these glues on there with these quick weaves. If it's for a day and that quick weave, that glue is not on your hair, okay. If it's like for like, I'll not say a day, maybe 2 weeks, that's it. But then you need to go back to something else. Like you have to switch it up when you're wearing these certain styles, you know. But you have to know your hair, and if you don't have a normal stylist, they don't know your hair, so they just going with the flow with what you think. So if you're big on wanting to have healthy hair, wanting your stuff to grow, even when it comes to men, like with the receding hairlines and the thinning at the top, you got to pay attention to that now. Sometimes it's genetics, and it's like, yeah, that androgenetic alopecia is kicking in, and yeah, daddy gave it to me. It's thinning out. We can't help that. In other cases, you may be able to reverse it. And there are systems that you can use, but like working out, if you stop working out, you're going to lose those abs. It's the same as some of those systems for hair loss as well. So what I would suggest, if you're in the Charlotte area, you definitely could check me out. I'm super big on healthy hair. And like I told y'all, I'm going to start promoting my stuff a lot more. I am on Facebook and IG at Natural Styles by Aaliyah Renee. So definitely check me out. I work at Lucky You Salon and Sweets at the moment, and I enjoy it. I enjoy doing hair. I enjoy making sure I am educating my clients, because at the end of the day, it is not just about $1. It's about when you leave here or leave my chair, you've experienced a great experience on top of you're knowing how to handle your hair. Again, I only can do my part. If you don't have the knowledge and the tools to do what you need to do on your end, is like basically messing up what we trying to do as a whole. I always say your scalp is the foundation. So we got to make sure your scalp is on point. Make sure y'all checking y'all stuff, like looking. Get a mirror, look at it. It shouldn't be that I know more about your scalp than you know. Nobody can tell me about me like me. I know myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. So today, again, it's just a little overview of the hair, how to take care of your hair, not wearing styles for a long time, ladies, not having them super tight braids. Be careful with the Africans. I'm sorry, I gotta be honest, because they do pull your scalp a lot. A lot of people has complained about it. They do some great and very neat work, some of them. But yeah, that traction alopecia is real when you wear those tight braids. And just be mindful in general who you allow to do your hair. Everybody is not a healthy hairstylist. That's the same way as everybody ain't a good barber. Some of the barbers will push your stuff back. And then once that stuff keep going, getting pushed back, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, yeah. I'm sending great vibes this week. And I'm going to tell y'all to like, follow, do all that good stuff. Again, Natural Styles by Aaliyah Renee on IG. I do upload on Facebook every once in a while. The reels don't work on Facebook for some reason. So I have to manually update that, and my schedule be really, really crazy. So apologize for the Facebook people, but definitely check me out on IG. And again, y'all, we sending nothing but positive vibes this week. I hope you guys have a successful, a wonderful week of prosperity, and let's put it out. Yeah, get it out there, get it out there. All right, have a wonderful week, and then I'll be glad to share you guys my new info next week, God's willing.